Well, this week, a hot topic for New Yorkers is the new deal Mayor de Blasio and Governor Cuomo made to fund the MTA, which includes congestion pricing. We know some of the details, like drivers coming into Manhattan will have to pay below 61st Street. Some of the biggest questions remain unanswered, though, like how much is this all going to cost? The mayor and governor want it approved by the state legislature by April 1st, but the Long Island delegation actually came out saying they could not support the proposal in its current state. Joining us now is State Senator Todd Kaminsky. Senator, you are a part of the delegation that sent out that memo, and you're here to talk about why the group had such a strong reaction in the plan. Welcome.
Thank you so much. You know, Long Islanders are going to be those who are going to be some of the people paying for it, and we want to make sure that this is done equitably so that Long Islanders are going to get a benefit. And by that I mean make sure that our mass transit is going to receive some of the revenue from congestion pricing. After all, if we're asking people to get out of their cars and not clog up the middle of Manhattan, we need to make sure that our mass transit systems are reliable and working. And that was our basic message about one of fairness. We understand that the subways are in crisis. We understand that the benefits to the environment and there's too much congestion. We think we can get there. We just want to make sure this is done equitably in a way that benefits Long Islanders. So for example, the RFK Bridge is one where there's not a toll offset. So what I mean by that is a driver can go in, pay a toll on the RFK Bridge, and then another toll to go below 61st. We think that's one example of ways where Long Islanders should get a benefit and not have to pay a double toll. So we think there's a way to work this out and help the governor and mayor's vision of getting congestion pricing. We understand the importance of it. We just want to do it in a fair way, and I think we can get there.
Now, the Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins also represents the suburbs. Does she share your concerns?
She does. She issued a supportive statement on the very same piece of paper where we issued our statement talking about wanting to get a fair and equitable congestion pricing deal. And at the end of the letter, we said we're prepared to sit and meet with anyone to help craft it, and we totally think that's possible. So we've asked for a percentage of the congestion pricing revenue for the railroad or buses, other forms of mass transit, and to make sure that RFK Bridge is one that people won't be double tolled if they're traveling over that to get into the central business district.
Now, are you willing to vote for a plan without knowing the specifics? Like at this time, we don't know how much the congestion fee will be and the hours it will take effect.
Yeah, look, I don't think there's any legislator that wants to vote for something without knowing the details. I'll give you a quick example. This plan says that you'll be charged to enter or remain below 61st Street. What does it mean to remain? Does that mean if you're there for an hour, you get charged twice? If you park your car, you might get charged? So in this month between now and when the budget is enacted, when there's the push to get congestion pricing done, these are the type of details that we have to get clarity on, that we have to push for to make sure that our concerns are heard. And I totally think that's a doable process. We just have to get it done.
The congestion fee to pay for subways, but not the LIRR?
Yeah, I mean, look, we have certainly made our concerns clear that the Long Island Railroad should get a direct benefit from this and have a dedicated revenue stream, and that's what we're going to be pushing for.
All right, so now let's talk about Amazon and the push to get the city or Amazon to reconsider pulling out of building a second headquarters in Long Island City. What are your feelings on this?
Look, I think if there's an open window or an open door, I don't know how open that door is, but we have to make clear that it's a project that has tremendous economic benefit to the island, and that we've got government officials ready to try to make it happen. That's important to Long Islanders, and we put out a statement yesterday making clear that we will do whatever we can as Long Island senators to help bring Amazon back if they are interested, and we hope they're interested.
Okay, so what should the state and Governor Cuomo specifically be doing to resurrect the deal?
Well, I think what the governor's trying to do, and what we're all trying to do, is make clear to Amazon that there are willing government officials who want to help make it happen, and we're ready to sit down with you and figure out what those concerns are, and that it's really it's very unfortunate for our region if thousands of jobs aren't going to come here that were slated to be here. So what can we do to help make this happen? It's basically we're here to help.
What kind of deal would you support, or you would like to support?
Look, I've always believed that we can get folks around a table to help make a solid deal that benefits everybody and that takes care of the community. I still believe that. I still absolutely believe that those jobs are too beneficial to lose, and that whatever impacts they may have on the community can be addressed. I'm an optimistic, can-do person. The deal should have been consummated, and if there's an opportunity to do it again, we have to make it try to make it happen.
Now, Senator, while we have you, we wanted to ask you about one more thing. An issue on people's mind is the change in their state and local income taxes. Many people are doing their taxes right now and getting a little shell-shocked by what they owe and what they can't deduct. With SALT, state and local income taxes no longer deductible, should the state reduce taxes on citizens?
Yeah, look, the SALT missile that the White House shot at New York is a real thing, and it's going to make living in our state a harder thing to do. And with the taxes we already have in our state, it's going to become untenable for a whole lot of people. And for our state to have a positive trajectory, we want to keep people here and have young people want to move here. This is going to hurt doing that. So yes, in this budget, we have to have a very serious tax plan, which really means two things. It's going to mean cutting taxes on the middle class, which we hope we can find a way to do, and it's going to mean the tax cap and making that permanent so that we can keep our taxes in check in our state. We need to look at everything we could possibly do to ease the tax burden on New Yorkers, and particularly on Long Islanders, who have some of the highest taxes in the country. And SALT's going to only make that worse, so we have to redouble our efforts, and that should be a mission of ours over the next four weeks before the budget gets done.
Like you said, Long Island, one of the highest tax areas in the country. New York, one of the highest tax states in the country. Don't you think it's time that lawmakers reduce the burden on taxpayers?
100%. And if you asked a random person in my district, you picked at random, what can we do to make their life easier? They would say reduce taxes. We've got to do it.
Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.